How come our microphones are nude? Other podcasts, they're wearing diapers on their microphones.
You want me to get a podcast
How come
diaper?
we don't have diapers for our microphones? Because it's embarrassing because our microphones are fully trained?
No. No, we don't have... I just haven't gotten there yet. You know how I say every week I try to make our podcast... But that's
why is that an upgrade? What's wrong with this?
better? Because it's your branding.
They don't need pants. They know what show they're watching.
It's your branding. Imagine if we got one with our faces or our
But
logo.
they know. They can see your own face. Why they need it on the microphone?
Because it's just extra branding. You're not giving away branding from the microphone.
What? Branding is just black. You're not giving anything away.
Yeah. But it's
Why don't you write the name of the podcast on your face?
No, but
in case they're watching.
I won't put it on my face, but if I had like a little sign
Why
at
don't
the
you
top,
shave it to the back of my head on the side?
That would be cool.
I'm going to sell ad space here. Someone wants to
Back of
write.
your head?
Yeah, on the side of my head. They want to put
Okay.
like a hat.
No, not a hat. You have to just put our logo.
Oh, I want a brooch. You have?
No.
We're a brooch company.
You want to just put it
I would like you to approach me. I'm going to put your logo in my head.
How many drinks do you have?
Just one.
What's this?
That's when this one finishes, to reload.
Okay.
I know how long we record for now. So I bring extra fluids.
Okay.
Plus, I've been partying all weekend, so I'm trying to rehydrate.
Yes, you have been.
I have no idea how we're going to do this episode.
Why?
Because the last I heard,
every
time you upload these episodes, it asks you, is this for children? You say no, but you say it's clean.
It is clean.
So I don't know how we're going to discuss the last 72 hours.
I don't know what you plan on discussing over the course of the next 45 minutes.
Be very careful how we discuss things, because I taken an oath to the Podstitution that if we say something that one of us may not want to be on the air,
I'm not going to say anything I don't want to have on the air. Are you?
I'm going to try to recount the birthday celebrations in a manner that will not create conflict amongst us later when it comes to whether or not we're putting the episode out, is all I'm saying.
All I'm saying is I'm not going to say anything on this podcast that's going to require anything to be left out or any debate to be had, because I know what to share and what not to share.
Okay, I will go along with you.
Yes.
And then if there are moments where we have to just use creative fiction to fill in gaps, just hopefully it sounds... No, they'll give it away. So hopefully it will sound authentic. So like instead of talking about what we did last night, I'll say we went to Cheesecake Factory for dinner. Fine? So we went to Cheesecake Factory for dinner. It was nice.
We did go to Cheesecake Factory for dinner.
And we were full. Were you full?
Yes.
We were both very satisfied with our meal.
Welcome back to another episode.
This episode is not sponsored by Cheesecake Factory.
This week we celebrated your birthday.
We did.
Another year around the sun.
Yeah, that's kind of how the planet works, yes. So we celebrated.
We did.
We had a lot of cheesecake.
Why do you say it like this?
Because we didn't have cheesecake.
We don't eat cheesecake.
Yeah, I know.
But we did go to Cheesecake Factory.
We went to the factory where they make something we don't even eat.
But we ate food at the Cheesecake Factory. And I don't know why you're doing this, but we did eat at Cheesecake Factory. Yes. It was great.
It was wonderful.
So I wanted to talk about your birthday, or just birthdays in general.
Oh, okay.
What does it mean to you? Like, do you have something that comes up for you every year on your birthday?
You have to really celebrate it. So this year we did something unique. You have to do something unique. So this year we had a mermaid party with Aquaman.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
Because I really went all out.
You did. You had Jason Momoa swim in a tank.
Yeah.
Dressed in a mermaid costume.
I did that.
These are things that people don't think is possible.
Yeah.
They'll say it's not real.
Yeah.
They'll say you made it up. They'll say you found it on the internet.
Yeah.
Don't listen to those people.
No, you should not.
We had a great time with Jason swimming around in that tank.
Yeah.
I'm not a big celebrator of birthdays. I've never been. So I didn't really bother me that there wasn't, a big extravagant thing.
Yeah.
And the issue with birthdays now is you get a little bit older, or as you're in a, you start your professional life, even the excitement of getting a gift is lost. It becomes more of a chore actually for your family. So thank you for getting me nothing.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that.
I think that the
thoughtfulness.
The other part of it is that we buy ourselves whatever we want anyway.
Yes.
So if there's something that you have your eye on or something that I have my eye on, we go out and buy it. And that idea
within means.
But that idea of getting this gift that you've had your eye on for so long and having this surprise is a little bit lost.
That's true.
The way that I remember there were so many birthdays or so coming up to my birthday, if there was something that I liked.
I used to do hints.
I would tell my parents, I would give you hints. I remember that one year that I hinted to you that I really, really wanted a MacBook.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I kept hinting to you that I wanted to get a new computer.
Yeah.
And then you bought me the computer for my birthday.
No, for Valentine's Day.
Oh, for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
But I was super surprised too that you picked up on my hints and you bought me
because you put it in the cart. No, that's a very convenient hint.
No, I didn't. But now we don't
check
do that.
My laptop. Oh, it's not working. You have to hit Control Alt Delete.
I don't think I had a laptop. But I'm just saying. We don't do that anymore. You
tend to buy things that are within means, and things that are outside of means you tend to talk about, and you don't really wait for a birthday because no one's going to buy you like a car for your birthday.
Right.
Not in our realm. There are people who live in that world where they buy cars and things for each other for their birthdays. If we needed a car, we'd have a big conversation and then you'd start thinking about it, but you don't wait to surprise somebody with something like that.
Right.
But I did get a birthday gift, actually. I got this bracelet.
There you go. So you can look on YouTube. And if you can't, obviously, if you're listening and you want to know what it is, it's just a black threaded bracelet. And it's got a yin and yang little, what do you call that? Like a little, what's this thing? What is this?
Butthole? No. What are you doing? What can you started this nonsense?
What is that piece called?
Why would you call my bracelet a butthole?
I didn't.
Why you did like that?
Like a little trinket. And the trinket is of a yin and yang. And I thought when I saw it, charm. There you go. Thank you. Thank you for that. When I saw that, I thought it was a nice reminder of sort of where you are in your mindset these days of balance.
Trying to keep the balance.
Yeah. We've got a lot going on. We've had a lot of travel. We've got a lot going on with our family these days, and a lot of stuff going on with work. And so it's all about really finding the balance of where to be present, how to show up for where you're needed and not feel pulled in any direction. And that's life, right? That's a constant struggle. And I think that we've had a lot of time these last few months to really focus on that.
Are you saying all this because you're going to steal my bracelet?
No.
Okay.
I just bought you the bracelet. Why would I steal it from you? That was your birthday gift.
You do this a lot. You buy something for me and the next thing I know you're using it.
Like what?
I can't remember now.
You're
so
just
many things that
accusing me
happens.
of nonsense.
They always take things.
What things?
You're like, oh, this is nice. I buy for you. And then like 1 week later, you're using it.
Give me one example.
I will get back to you.
I can give you 100 examples of things that you have taken of mine.
Oh, give.
Those glasses that were gifted to me.
Which glasses?
The Meta Ray-Ban, whatever, the Meta.
You don't even know what they're called, bro.
The Ray-Ban glasses.
Yeah.
They were gifted to me and you took them.
I used them.
Yes. And then I got another pair because I told them that you took mine.
No, that's not even true.
That is so true.
But you don't use any of them, so I use it.
I got a second pair and then you took those too.
Yesterday.
Yes.
I filmed you.
Yes.
With my ice and whipped cream.
Yes.
I will tread lightly here, so don't. On YouTube, they can already see in your face what you're feeling now. So either you're turning the color of your shirt or your shirt somehow turned beige. I'm going to talk carefully and slowly. But I use those to film your reaction because I had ice in one hand and whipped cream in the other.
Yes.
So I needed to have hands free. don't talk about anything else because it will create a situation we cannot backtrack from. So no, let's just say I use the glasses.
I think you're taking this ice and whipped cream thing way too far.
I don't think you want to talk about this.
My parents listen to this podcast.
I know.
So do yours.
That's why I was shocked. Absolutely shocked.
I'm gonna just clarify here.
Okay. I just don't want to listen. I don't want to listen because I have
nothing happened with the ice.
I've committed to my audience over family to keep it real, and now you are
with the whipped cream. So a few weeks ago, I had a video idea where I said that our marriage license had expired.
Oh, we've renewed that. Happy birthday.
Try to link clips wherever I can. But this crazy guy said something about whipped cream and ice. And then you brought me whipped cream and ice.
Yes. And now our license, we did the double extension. So now we never have to renew it again.
Okay.
Just kidding. It has to renew annually.
Okay. With whipped cream and ice.
Yep. Right. The ice never mind. Now that I know who all you send the episodes to. Just skip this one. Mom. If you're related to her,
Dad,
just skip this one. Don't listen to this one. It's some things you don't need to share with too many people.
Correct.
Okay.
Some things you really don't need to share.
So let's change the topic. People. But then you said this about my birthday and you talk about the birthday coupons and then you want to just stop the episode. So I don't know what to do. I said nothing about
birthday coupons. People on the internet think you are so deprived. So deprived.
No. You guys are wrong. You saw the videos. We are all good.
All right. I'm shifting gears.
Yes.
Here. I'm going to ask you a few birthday questions.
Okay.
But first, before we jump too much into this episode, a word from our sponsors.
So you're in the club.
I am in the club, finally.
I tested on my own temple.
You're like a knight in shining armor.
Temple. Yeah. I drank AG1 for a whole month, even though you tried to get your sneaky hands inside my product. And I told you I replaced it
for both of us.
Yes, but it was 1 month's supply.
Okay.
So I wanted to do the right thing and get the benefit. I mean, test it out.
That's what I thought.
To get a little bit of a head start. So I started drinking AG1.
Yes.
And I honestly don't know the amount of research that they put into it.
Yeah.
I know you looked into that.
Yes.
But I replaced the morning coffee
yes.
with AG1.
Yes, I know. AG1 is a foundational nutritional supplement that delivers daily nutrients and gut health support and is backed by multiple research studies, so you can trust what you're putting into your body.
Well, now you're also trusting it thanks to my hard work, not their research, but my hard work. So I now wake up as part of my morning routine.
Yes.
And if I get up, I used to try to drink a glass of water in the morning when I first woke up. So it's sort of an easy habit to modify.
Yeah.
Now that glass of water, I mix in the AG1.
Yeah, and you drink
drink it just straight up. Mm-hmm. I know you like to make a smoothie out of it.
I do.
And those are tasty as well.
Just for the record, the days that I'm making my smoothie, all of a sudden he wants to drink his AG1 like that.
Yeah. And the days where I've already had my AG1, you make a smoothie. I'm a little bit upset with you. But that's okay. You could have told me first that you're going to be making smoothies, but that's okay. It's fine.
Yeah.
So that's all seriousness. I've been more focused on health.
Yeah.
And this has been the one, honestly, very easy change that I've made. Mm-hmm. And it's hard for me to tell what each little change brings.
Yeah.
But I definitely have been
feeling better.
Absolutely, objectively, don't drink caffeine in the mornings.
Yeah.
So that's in and of itself a change. I know you experimented with that. I'm going to ask to see how you're doing.
I'm actually great. I don't need the coffee in the morning. I don't need the caffeine.
So unless you're like meeting a friend for coffee or whatever.
It's more sort of like a leisurely activity, but it's not for a need.
But it doesn't replace your AG1. So you'll start your day with AG1.
100%.
And then you will go have your coffee.
So on the topic of research, I was actually looking into what they say, and 97% of people in a research study felt more energy after 30 days of drinking AG1. 91% of participants noticed that they needed less coffee after 60 days of drinking AG1.
That's interesting. That's high.
Yeah.
I feel good.
Yep.
I don't drink the coffee. I have to think about my energy level. I guess I do feel fine.
You look,
but I was never sluggish.
Energized.
Yeah, I was never sluggish. So for me,
yeah,
that's a really, really amazing thing to hear.
Yep.
Because I've only been drinking AG1 for, I guess now it's a month and a half maybe now.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that
yeah.
as we continue down this journey together.
Absolutely. If I had to recommend one product to support whole body health, it's AG1, and that's why I'm excited to have them as a new partner. Starting your journey with AG1 is a win. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase at drinkag1.com/Sheena. That's drinkag1.com/Sheena. Check it out. Let's get back to it. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Can you just...
Yeah, big news?
No.
Yeah, big news from the weekend?
Compose yourself.
You need to compose yourself.
Just pull it together.
You.
So I wanted to ask if you had any favorite birthday traditions, or if you've noticed that...
Again.
No.
I can't. You're asking impossible questions to answer in this format.
Between all of us as a family.
Family
with the
traditions.
kids.
Yes.
If you've done when you were younger... with parents, like
ice.
No ice. Get over the ice.
That's why it's good to have a summer birthday.
Because of ice?
Ice.
Okay.
We think about birthdays and the holidays the same way. We think about it as a moment to pause and celebrate.
Yeah.
So whether that is by mean of a tradition that we've adopted living in North America because it brings joy to our family and our kids, we do it. And the birthday is kind of an extension of that.
Yeah.
But
it's
this
just
year
an
for
opportunity
Zara,
to celebrate these people, these little people.
Or not so little people.
Or not so little people.
For Zara now, this was the first year she executed on her plan to have 2 birthdays. So she essentially said, okay, because I don't get to do something with my friends in December, she wants to celebrate her half birthday.
Yeah.
So in June, so June 27th, she celebrates now. Yeah. It's the end of the school year.
Yeah.
So
it worked out perfectly.
Yeah. So what did she do this year?
Took her friends to do manicures at Mini Lux.
Yeah. So you go to Mini Lux. Yeah. And then she came with you. We were in Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
And we actually went to Mini Lux there. It was right around the corner from where we were.
Yeah.
And just coincidentally, the person who we know at Mini Lux was in Beverly Hills.
Yeah. So and what I love about them is they do something, they really make it special. They call it this mini moment. And I love that idea. I love the idea that you can create this, and it's, you can take your kids anywhere, but I like Mini Lux because it's clean, it's non-toxic. I want to
But you could take the kids.
Yeah, you could take your kids.
So Zara is saying, oh, we're there. Can we go?
Yeah.
We're friggin' in LA. Like, do you want to go see the theater? You want to go see all the things on the wall? They're like, oh, no.
We want to go for a manicure.
Elizabeth's here. Let's go to Mini Lux.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are you reading Mama's emails? What's going on? So she went.
Yeah.
And then, but that was the second time.
Yep.
The first time she went, and that's how they get you. They make you fans early.
Yeah.
They're really good, though.
Yeah.
And you took her and her friends, and you essentially took out the place. I didn't know you could book for like parties like this.
I mean, it wasn't the whole place. They had a few dedicated.
Their technicians that were just for her party.
Just for our party.
But that's cool. So like awesome. You could do a party like that.
Yeah.
And then they all sat there. They got their manis, petties.
Second birthday party this year. She got her half birthday, and she loved it. As they get older, it's really about celebrating them in whatever way they want to be celebrated, right?
How do you like to? What was your last birthday? What was your?
Last birthday.
That's a bad question. Your last birthday was a lot.
It was a big one.
What is something you like about your birthday?
So what I love about my birthday is I like being pampered. I like it when folks give me coffee in bed. I like not having to make restaurant reservations or worry about cooking. I like to just be a little bit spoiled that day.
It's like Mother's Day.
Yeah.
It's like, it's the same. For me also, I get the same feeling from Father's Day and my birthday. Yeah. I was thinking that this week.
Yeah.
It felt a little bit more like Father's Day.
Yeah.
So it's the same. You get your card. You hear the night before because they haven't finished making the card.
Yeah.
The case of some kids, I won't tell you which one. You hear the morning of or 5 minutes before. And then
I called them downstairs. I said, hey, Dada's awake. And I was
wait,
told.
We have to make a card. Like, why is he awake now? It's 9 a.m. Shouldn't he be sleeping? It's like, no, he works. It's a Thursday.
Yeah.
So but it was nice. It was good. You read the cards from the kids and it really makes you feel good because it tells you how they really feel. And that also made me realize, for whatever reason, we don't do that on a regular basis. So you end up feeling special for that moment. But why don't we tell each other more often what you put in a card? When was the last time the people listening called somebody, called their mother, their father, their sister, brother, whoever, somebody in your life, and just told them, hey, I think you're a great parent. I think you're a great this, that. I was going through a hard time last year and it was really meaningful that you were there for me.
Yeah.
I think these things are things that for whatever reason are harder for people to say.
Yeah.
Yet so rewarding to hear.
And yet somehow on their birthday, it's easier to say it.
Yeah, it feels like we're trained to say these things on the birthday.
Yeah, I think you're right. And it would be really nice if somebody just picked up the phone or sent a text even.
No, texts are lame.
They're not. Yeah, I mean, they're not the ideal.
Yeah.
But if it's hard for you to pick up the phone and call X or Y and say, I really love the way that you did this or do this, start with a text.
Yeah.
It's better than a nothing.
That's fair.
So
I'll text you.
Here's
later.
A challenge for all of you. Call someone. Pick up the phone and call anybody or send them a text and tell them how special they are in your life.
Send them this episode.
Yeah.
Call them or send them this after you call them and say, I was listening to a podcast. And if whoever you're thinking of right now, like if you're listening to us, whoever you are thinking about right now is the person you need to contact. And if that person
I'm thinking of so many people.
Good. So if you have a list, start with 3.
Yeah.
Something easy. 2, 3. One.
Like, thank you
one
for
a
being
day.
This amazing person in my life.
Thank you for being a great friend. But be more specific. Don't just say, hey, you're great. That's like any card can say that for you. Send it to that person and then you can send them this.
Yeah.
But whoever you're thinking of, the only thing I was going to say is if the person you are thinking of is no longer with us, don't regret not having said what you wish you would have said, because it's too late for that. Say it to somebody else now who has the benefit of hearing it, or message someone who also knew the person who is no longer here, and have a moment. Just say, hey, remember this, and tell that person what you appreciate. We do that. We regret things all the time, but we don't look forward to try to do something else.
Try and fix it.
Yeah, no, or you just say, okay, it won't matter. You convince yourself to not be vulnerable. So don't do that. So that's what I want to do.
I actually
for my
did
birthday.
that.
That's the tradition now. For my birthday,
you're going to reach out to
I'm going to reach out to 3 people and let them know they're meaningful.
I have a follow-up question, conversation,
on this topic?
Yes, on this topic.
I know.
We are going to talk about this. But I do want to say that I had a moment like this, what you're talking about. I had a moment last week when Jay was at camp. I asked a few people to send me a little note that I could then share with Jay.
Yeah.
Because I was able to send him emails. So I asked my mom and dad, I asked my sisters-in-law, and I asked a few people to just send me little notes, and I emailed them to him. And my sister-in-law sent a message, and it was really funny. It was very her. It was, this is what's happening with your uncle. This is what's happening with the kids. This is your cousins. This is what I've been doing. And I hope you're having fun at camp. And she signed off, like the last sentence was something along the lines of, if you see somebody that seems to be having a hard time, go over and bring him into the group. And because you're super friendly, bring him into the group and make him have a good day. It was just a small little line. It was a small little lesson. And as I was reading it, I was tearing up. And I sent her a message that afternoon and I said, I really love that he has somebody other than a parent. I'm going to start crying right now, but I really love that he has somebody other than his parents that can give him these really nice, sweet lessons with different language than we give him, but they're just reminding him what a kind person he is and he has the potential to be in any different scenario. Like, I just loved that. And she sent me a message. I said, thank you for doing that. That was really nice. She goes, geez, I just sent him a text. Why are you making me cry now? But all of a sudden we had this really sweet moment and it didn't have to last more than 30 seconds.
Yeah. And you both left feeling good.
Yes, we did.
Like she felt good about being an important part of your life and his life.
Yep.
And also realizing that her instinct is good.
Yes.
Right? So you had a moment. She was literally just sending a text.
Yep.
But you made her realize how important that was to you and to him.
Yeah.
And you know, he came back and when he was leaving today, we sent him all of these forever stamps to send letters to us.
Yeah.
And I asked him, where are the stamps? And he was about to run out the door. He said, can I give it to you when I get home? It's in my green bag. I said, yeah, no problem. And he left. And then I was upstairs. So I said, let me go and just get the stamps. And he's brought all of those notes back, right? So even though he doesn't write that much, even though it doesn't matter if you're a kid or if you're an adult, some people don't express their feelings the same way.
Yeah. But
oddly enough, the majority of us cherish receiving those messages.
Yes.
So even him, these letters that Zara wrote to him and we wrote to him, it's one of the only things he's brought back with him.
Yeah.
And they'll probably get thrown into a box and they'll sit in that box for 2 years and then he'll open it up again and there'll be more letters from future years that he'll throw in.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, it's a nice thing to do. So you have to remind me of that because I won't maybe remember. But so the other thing I like doing on my birthday, which hasn't been a tradition, but what I would like to do more, we're lucky to have brands reach out, right? We have brands reach out, they send things. If they think we use product, they'll send you the product, etc. It makes perfect sense, right? We're blessed with a large audience. So if there's a way to get their product shared, and if it's a good product, we're happy to share it.
Yeah.
So for like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, when some brands that follow us saw that it was my birthday, they messaged me saying, hey, we'd love to give you, like either go take something, pick something from the website, or here's a discount code for you to use. And I went back to the brand. This was Aloe Ativa. And I messaged them, but they sent me like a 50% off code or something like that, something like really good. And I said, hey, thank you very much. That's kind. But I don't want this if I can't share it. Like they sent me some, XQ14946, like one time, like serial code. Right. I'm like, I don't want this for me.
Yeah.
I wanted to share with my community.
Pay it forward.
And to their credit, they came back and they changed the code to like TRID50 or something like that. And they allowed us to share that. And then the year after, a couple of other brands said, hey, here's a code to share with your audience. Yeah. And if it's like 5% off, 10% off, I tell them I don't want it. Like, I don't want what you do for everybody. I want a one-day special thing. Yeah. So that's another thing I would like to do. Like maybe in the beginning of July, we message the brands we know and we say, hey, if you're willing to do a one-day
just to celebrate my birthday with me.
But not with me, with my group. Like, this is my people. I want them all to get the benefit.
Yeah.
That was also a good feeling.
That is cool.
To do that.
That is cool. Okay.
So those are my two things.
Can we do that on my birthday?
We can try, yeah.
My birthday's
coming up. We have to start now.
Yep.
And then tell people, okay, here, get these codes ready. I want it for one weekend or whatever.
It's Labor Day weekend, so that could actually be really nice. So
you want something extra for your following.
Yeah. If you're a brand and you want to participate in this fun experiment or fun birthday share, let us know.
We're sort of in a position where we don't want for anything. Our desires aren't extravagant. And
I love being able to pay it forward. We have the ability to share. We share, that's one of the reasons that we do what we do. We share this connection. It's all about connection with people. So if you can share that connection in a different way. People will see us receiving and unboxing things, and I sometimes will get messages saying, you know, you're really lucky that you get stuff like this. We are extremely lucky, but the idea of being able to share that and pay it forward, I have done it a few times where I've said, send me your address, I want to share this with you, and I've mailed it out.
Yeah.
And I think it's really nice to be able to do that for our audience.
We should do, like, when the podcast reaches, I don't know, what was the milestone? You wanted to hit 100,000 on YouTube?
Yeah.
When it reaches that, we should put together like a package of all kinds of fun stuff that we like.
Yeah.
And send it to one person.
Sure. I'd love to do that.
We like giving stuff
Yeah.
away, honestly, which is fun.
It's really lovely.
Okay,
I want to go back to what you said earlier about picking your 3 people or 5 people to send messages to. One of my questions was, tell me about one of the best birthday parties you ever had, and what about it was so unique. And I'm hoping this is a leading question to lead you exactly where
I don't know that the people listening have any idea how old I am.
No.
So some people think I'm in my 70s.
No, you're not.
Some people think I'm in my 40s. Some people think I'm in my 30s. Some people think I'm in my 60s, my 50s. I hear it all.
Yeah.
The most unusual comments are, why do you have gray hair in your 20s?
Okay.
And I'm like, because I'm married to Sheena. And then they get it. They believe me. So I think part of it is because we're together. Some people think I'm extremely wealthy because I'm with you. And there's like such a huge age gap.
Right.
And then there's a few that are like, wait, I've heard you. I haven't seen you.
Yeah.
She must be a cougar. So the internet's a wonderful place. Yes, everyone can live their own fantasy. Okay, you don't have to specify so it was a milestone birthday. Yes, it was a milestone birthday.
Yes.
And you organized a sort of a treasure hunt with challenges that hit on different facets of my life that I enjoy, that essentially took me from our home through 3 states. 2 states. 3 states were involved. It took me the whole day, essentially going from one place to the other, driving along the way. I had to buy something for somebody. And I picked, like, there was a postman in the mall who was trying to deliver mail. I said, hey, come, I want to buy you a sweater.
So wait, let me just backtrack a little bit. When I was thinking about this birthday, I was thinking about the kind of person that you are. I was thinking about the things that were important to our family. I was thinking about the things that brought us joy collectively.
This was pre-internet era for us.
Yes, this was before we got online, before we did all of this. And I was just trying to hit major core values that we all enjoyed, like just things that you liked, whether it was I really like pizza, I made you stop at a pizza shop, whether it was I really like to I like doing nice things for people, whether it's I like exercise or whatever. So at every stop I tried to incorporate people that you loved, and I tried to incorporate people, and even if those people couldn't come with us or couldn't be there in physical form, I tried to incorporate them in some way, shape, or another. And it was always to solidify or to remind you of the things that we value as a family.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was really amazing. I don't know that I'll hit all the spots in order.
It doesn't matter.
But it essentially included giving. Yeah. So like, we had to convince someone to let me buy them something.
Yeah.
And that's not as easy as you think, because everyone thinks there's a catch.
Yeah.
So I had to convince this man, and I picked the postman. I'm like, hey, you like my sweater? He said, yes. I said, come, I want to buy you one. He's like, no.
You took him to the mall.
Yeah, it was in the mall.
Oh, he was in the mall.
Yeah, he was there. And I'm like, no, I want to buy it for you. He's like, no, I don't want it. I'm like, you said you like it.
And part of this treasure hunt or scavenger hunt was
tattoos.
Yes, I made these tattoos of you.
It said happy birthday, and it had my, like, a picture of me.
Yes, and you had to tattoo that person.
But it was like, the tattoo was like 2 inches by it, or 3 inches by 2 inches.
And you had to send me pictures.
Yeah, of them tattooed. So I'm like, what's the catch, man? The catch is I got to put a tattoo of my face on you. And the guy's like, what are you talking about? I go, no, it's not permanent. shockingly,
it was cool.
It was fun.
Yeah.
The easiest people to tattoo were the women working at the pizza shop.
Yes.
Like the women they weren't even involved in the challenge. Like, oh, I want one. Yeah. I want one. But so we went to the mall.
You started here in our hometown.
Yeah. Like, I had to go to the gym and I had to do push-ups or sit-ups, something with Jay challenge on my back. I think that's when my back
broke.
Forfeited. That's when it all started.
Yeah.
Then we went to the mall and I did the thing with the postman.
Yeah.
Then we went...
No, you went to Dunkin' Donuts before the postman.
Oh, right. We went to Dunkin' Donuts. There were two giving. There's the postman and then also Dunkin' Donuts, where we essentially bought, I think, like just put $20 on a gift card and we just sat there and watched. The amazing thing about that, and we've done this many times, if you go to a coffee shop and you say, hey, here's $20, I want to buy coffee for like people as they come in line.
Yeah.
So many people will say, okay, here's money. Like, here's $5, add it to the thing.
Yeah.
So they'll take their coffee. Their coffee might be $4, but they'll put $5.
Yeah.
So we're sitting there, and one point the guy looks at me and I'm like, are we done with the card? He's like, no, we have more money than when we started. I'm like, this is amazing. So you're like $30. We tried to put 20, we had $30. Yeah. People were saying, okay, here's $10, here's $2, here's $5. Add it. And they felt good about it. And we're all just sitting in the coffee shop then on the side, just staring at people's faces at their shock when they realize that their thing is gifted to them.
I've done this with the kids as just like a social experiment. Yeah. We've taken $20, $25, or $50, however much you want. You put it on a gift card and you give it to the cashier and you just sit in the corner and you tell him, like, I don't want to know. And I've just
I don't want them to know.
I don't want them to know. Exactly. And we've just watched, and the joy that people feel.
Yeah.
Like the way that it translated into the kids was amazing.
Yeah, it was fun. And the coffee shop person's good too. Like, tell them, give them one coffee.
Yeah.
So you don't have that one person who's like, oh, I'll have 2 coffees, a donut, a sandwich, a this, a that.
Yeah.
So they just do it.
Yeah.
And that was cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then from there was a treasure hunt piece. I ended up from Massachusetts and Connecticut, from Connecticut to New York, and we're just going around, and at different stops I was seeing different people. And it ultimately culminated with a party with some of my closest friends and relatives who had all made the journey to be there. And it was a small group, and we just hung out, you know, sort of, we brought food in and we had a nice weekend together. But that was a very, very special birthday.
Yeah, some of our friends flew across the country.
Yeah.
And we hid them in a box.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the best. I still am very excited when I see refrigerator boxes on the street.
It was a really cool birthday party. So, but one of the things that you had to do along the way, because I gave you little tasks even while you were in the car.
It's the only thing that remains incomplete till this day. And maybe that's why I came to that topic. I too, for whatever reason, struggle with that. I had to write 3 letters for people that have helped shape who I am in terms of, or letters of gratitude. That's the way I interpreted it. And this was supposed to happen on the drive from, Connecticut to New York. And I had maybe an hour and a half to write 3 letters. And I also had to prank somebody on the phone.
That was amazing. So it wasn't all like super sad, serious stuff.
None of it was sad.
It was like, no, but that was an emotional aspect of it, right? That was
the letters?
Yes.
Yeah, that was the only thing that was. And obviously then seeing your friends.
Yeah.
But the rest of it was very humorous.
And just to be clear, he did not have to drive and also write these letters.
No.
My brother was driving.
Yeah. Exactly. I didn't drive at all, actually.
Do you remember
he drove
put the
everything.
Tattoo like here on his neck?
He did. Yeah, but we had neck tattoos.
Oh,
we
was
were
amazing.
Living it
and
up.
My brother had.
He
like,
wrote
one
a
of
clue
the
on his stomach to like
to
open his shirt at one point. It got wild. But yeah, we had a good time in the car because we had Jay with us, and Jay was very young.
Yeah.
And we had to do a prank as well. I essentially had to pull off a prank. And I'm like, how am I supposed to do this from this car where everyone now has caller ID and this and that? So we're downloading apps like to make it an unknown number, trying to get information. And he runs with Sheena's family essentially runs a very successful restaurant, catering, cafe business in Montreal. And they had recently done a catering that was happening that morning or the day before or something. And there was an allergy that he happened to mention as we were just chatting. And I said, okay, I'm going to call your mom and I'm going to prank her. I'm going to be the person who
ate the thing that it
got the catering, and I'm going to say, why did you do that? Yeah. I told Amit that there's an allergy. Yeah. Did he not tell you? Yeah. So I had help, right? Like I had the background info and stuff. Yeah. And I called her.
And it was that the kid.
Yeah, the child had the allergy.
Had the allergic reaction.
So even brought Jay into it. So at one point I told Jay, okay, when we signal to you, just say how you're feeling. And he's just sitting in the back, and all of a sudden he's like, oh, it's hurting. My poor mother-in-law got nervous that day.
But craziest part about it is that she was involved in so much of the planning. Like we would talk about all the ideas that I was going through, and she said he's going to try to get me. Under no circumstances am I going to fall for this. No one
told me. If someone told me that she was involved with the planning, I would have never even called her. Because I've been like, there's no chance.
There's no way that she did not know that.
And she still fell for it. So back to the letters, though.
Yes.
I didn't feel like I had time to write 3 proper letters. So what I did was I just put some bullets down for those letters. Yeah. And then I said, okay, here, these are my, I have these outlines. Mm-hmm. It's like being back in a college exam. There's no time to finish this properly. Yeah. I didn't feel like I could do it justice. Yeah. And I know the intention was correct to have the thought, but when I was thinking about it, I thought it was such a nice thing that I wanted to do it right. I didn't want it to seem rushed. I didn't want it to be, thank you very much for everything you've done. I appreciate it. Like I wanted to be thoughtful about what I wrote.
How long ago was this?
A couple of years. Yeah. And it's still incomplete. It's still incomplete, which is that's a flaw on my part. Mm-hmm. But maybe that's where this came from, this thought just now of I like doing it. I think
it's a really nice thought. And it doesn't have to be this big gesture. It doesn't have to be a full letter. It could be, and for you it does. You have
that was
to finish
part of my
those.
deal.
But if you like this idea, it could just be a text or a phone call
could be
or
anything.
A letter, right? Yeah. Write a short little postcard. It doesn't have to be anything.
These things, there are win-wins in life. Mm-hmm. We should create a list of win-wins. Because it's good to have a list. Mm-hmm. I love lists. Mm-hmm. And one of those win-wins is when you can tell someone that you're grateful for what they've done. Mm-hmm. Because you're the beneficiary of it, as long as you're sincere, and they will get a win. Mm-hmm. Then they will walk down the path of their day and you'll go on the path of your day, and both of you will have better days, and those around you will have better days because of the ripple. So that's a mega win-win. Yeah. Same thing with the coffee. Yeah. If you're in a position... you find $20 on the floor. You don't know what to do with it. Go to the closest coffee shop and say, okay, here, put this here. Yeah. The next 4 or 5 people who come through, tell them their coffee is on the house.
I've done that even online on our socials. I'll pay, an amount and I'll put it in a coffee cart and I'll just say, here, coffee's on me today.
Nothing like going in person and sort of saying, hey, here. And then you're sitting in the corner just drinking your coffee, seeing people smiling as they leave the place. Yeah. And then you feel good, they feel good. You don't even know them. You didn't even exchange 2 words. Yeah. But you feel good about it. So that's another win-win.
I love that.
In my mind. So we need a win-win list.
So your sister actually has, just to give her a little shout out, but she's got this company called Open the Joy, and one of her products focuses on this sort of active service. There's an entire product based on the different kinds of acts of service. So if you need an idea, this is a great option. It'll give you some ideas of how to teach that to your children, the things that you can do with your family that pay it forward.
How come she doesn't tell me these things? How come you know?
You have to. I talk to her. I call her and I tell her how much I love her.
I'll do that. I'll send her a text. You don't always think about these things, but maybe part of that is why, some of the gratitude that you feel from your journey, it comes out in these different ways. Yeah. I'm grateful for you.
Thank you. I'm grateful for you.
I'm grateful for everything you do. But see, that's very vague.
Yes.
I'm grateful for the efforts you put in with whipped cream and ice.
Oh,
I'm grateful for the flexibility that you bring, because I don't know what I'm doing one day to the next. So like you can go with the flow.
I'm going to throw that can of whipped cream out.
It's very good. It's very nice the way you have allowed us to grow as a family, as a content creation couple. I care more about the ability to make people leave with a smile on their face or to give them a little bit of encouragement than most else that comes with this. That's what keeps it going. And this would be impossible if it wasn't for your ability to be you're kind of a iconic role model for many women. I don't know if you recognize that, but you are.
Thank you for saying that.
You're going to sing a song?
You still have to write a letter.
I will. Okay. I'll just transcribe this last piece.
No, you have to write a letter. I wanted based on that outline that you supposedly...
Yeah, my cheat sheet.
Do you still have that outline? Mm-hmm. Okay, I want to look at it.
It was all pre-internet, so I have a lot of things to add.
Okay, love it. What do we take us out with?
I like this game where I name an artist and then you sing a song.
Yeah.
Mariah Carey.
In anticipation of your letter?
Okay.
There's a hero. If you look inside your heart, you don't have to be afraid of what you are. There's an answer if you search within your soul, and the sorrow that you know will melt away. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong. And you finally see the truth that a hero lies in you.